Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name's Simon down here at Burford Golf Club. I'm going to do a bit of a swing update. It's been a while. I've been away from the channel. I had my wedding, I had my honeymoon. Now it's full time to focus on the golf swing, coaching, YouTube, Instagram and everything else like that. So guys, firstly, thank you. I'm so close to the 5k mark in terms of subscribers, so thank you all so much for the support. If you haven't joined the team, then please do so. Hit that like button and everything else like that. As I say, I'm rusty. Gonna be honest with you guys, haven't played a full 18 holes of golf in about 4 months. Lots of driving range, and when I was obviously working at JD, obviously I was always on a driving range. I'm now at a golf club. I don't know what the difference is, but just walking out of the pro shop and just having a golf course on your doorstep just makes it that much easier to go and just practice your chipping for an hour, or your putting, or everything else like that. And I definitely want to do more of those kind of videos. I think they're more entertaining. I've got a lovely grass teaching area that I can now teach off, practice off, club fit from. I'm talking a lot. So I'm going to hit some wedge shots. I'm going to do 7-iron driver down the line, face on. It's quite late here at Burford. There's not many people out on the golf course, to be fair. It's quite quiet now. It's a lovely time in the evening for me to obviously get this kind of stuff and grind on the game. But I want to get your guys' ideas on my swing. Is it good? Is it awful? What would you change? I'm going to give you my thoughts on what it looks like at the moment. It's definitely not good, but hopefully I can give you an idea on compromises in the swing. It's not technically perfect. It works at the moment, and it doesn't work in some areas, and this is why. And we'll get into that. Anyway, that is the thought process behind this video. As I said, guys, please leave a like. It means a massive amount to me. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let's get into the video. Okay, swing update. I'll hit one with the wedge, hit one with the 7-iron. You can have a look at like ball position, everything else like that. Things I would say, grip's relatively strong, so hand position, rather than being quite neutral, does tend to slide over a bit. But I do hit a relatively neutral ball flight with that. Trajectory is all right. The thing that it does kill, however, is when it comes to the wedges, because I do come quite steep on the golf ball, especially with the shorter clubs. And that can be disastrous coming into the winter because there's no bounce. That leading edge very much wants to catch the ground. All that happens, then you end up trying to back out of it. Few thinny wedge shots, which I found, especially over the last week where I've been playing a bit. Something that I want to work on, but you guys can give me your opinion. 9 o'clock swing, nice and smooth. Not something that I'm used to when it comes to hitting golf clubs, because all I have been doing for the past 6 months is trying to absolutely leather it. Anyway, have a quick look. Quite like that. Decent strike, decent distance. Now I'll hit 7-iron. I think I'll do face on to start off with. Then I'll do down the line. We'll do some Shotracers as well, just so I don't have to keep adjusting the camera. Now, iron wise, really happy with. I think my irons is probably the strongest point at the moment. Mainly because, again, I'm just trying to feel this 9 o'clock swing. Obviously my driver tends to be all the way over here because I'm trying to get the most out of it. By trying to increase my club head speed over the last 6 months, let's say, all that's tending to happen really is that I can hit like a knockdown shot. I'm still getting 170, 180 out of my 7-iron, for example. But you can see automatically right hand is quite strong, left hand is quite strong. If it works, it's all right. It's possibly something that I could look at, but I'd only really affect the grip if my initial starting direction was really poor. So if I'm hitting it massively left, then obviously I'm too strong. If I'm hitting it too right, then grip is something to have a look at. But mainly just trying to keep a solid, stable base, trying to keep through the golf ball. That's the main aim at the moment. But you can let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below if you like the look of this face on, or if you think it's absolutely awful. Tiny bit leaky right. Do tend to get ahead of the ball quite a bit. I think that's probably my bad shot, slightly leaky right. Again, not the worst bad shot in the world, because obviously it's high and floaty right. rather than snap hook left, which I have had in the past. Again, something that I could have a look at. Anyway, last but not least, I'll set up with my driver. You can have a look with that as well. And then we'll get some down the line shots so we can have a look at the ball flight. Right then, the big stick. Again, as I say, obviously been looking to try and increase club head speed. Again, you can see how strong this right hand is, and again, how strong the left hand is. But I'm hitting it relatively straight, and I'm getting a decent trajectory on it as well. Again, possibly when I start having a few lessons, I want to get some long drive lessons in the future. Maybe rotation, everything else might need to be looked at, because when I hit a good drive, I'm not necessarily getting through it. I tend to back out of it a tiny bit, which again helps hitting up on the golf ball. It's all about compromises in golf. Anyway, less talking, more hitting. Again, ball position nice, far forward in the stance, trying to keep behind that golf ball, trying to keep a solid base behind it as well. And again, that's gone white bar, hitting the tree halfway up at the back there. Decent strike. Again, it's because I have been at a driving range. Irons, driver, I'm getting away with it. I'm not saying it's the most beautiful swing in the world. I'm definitely not the most technically perfect swing in the world. But I've kind of made it work just because I've constantly been hitting balls. Wedge play, putting, chipping, severely suffering, and that's something that I want to cover in a few more videos. Okay, I'm on my iPhone now because that's mainly how you can get Shotracer. Shotracer app on the App Store for anyone that's wondering, because I get that question a lot. Won't do much talking. I think just hitting the 3 clubs just so you can get a general idea of how I'm hitting them. I've kind of talked about each individual club and my thought process. If you want to have any more questions, or if you have any ideas, then please let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, regardless of what I just said there, this is the kind of feeling, nice and soft, especially with the irons, trying to feel I'm keeping that 9 o'clock. It will always tend to go a bit further. Just something, but it's a swing thought nonetheless. Anyway, right, let's have a look here. Tiny bit across it. I imagine my numbers, especially with my wedges, I'm definitely coming across the golf ball. Something to look at, definitely. As I progress going through the bag, it slightly becomes more into out just because of the length of the golf club. But it's something I could have a look at, and it's probably why the inconsistency, especially with the wedges, are so much. But I can play with it at the moment. I don't think I'm going to get away with it in the winter as much. Something that I have to have a look at if I want to play a few comps through the winter, or through the summer next year, definitely, which I do want to do. Not all about the long drive. I'd love to get out and play a few pro-ams again next year. Now I've got the time for it anyway. Anyway, 7 iron. Again, soft fade. Caught that a tiny bit thin, and that's probably the shot that I was saying. Because the grip's relatively strong, I do probably tend to feel like I'm backing out of it a bit. Would I still be on the green? Yes. Is it a beautiful looking swing? No. Do I want something that's just going to work? Probably. But yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea behind my thought process, and what I kind of want to work on. Bit of grip change, possibly. Bit of swing path changing. Stability in the gym, I think. Stability in the gym. Getting a bit stronger in the core area, I think it's going to help massively. And then just grind short game all day long. So that's a lovely swing, lovely ball flight. Take that all day long. Inch of divot. Perfect. Okay, coast is clear. No one's down at the back of the hole there. So I'm not going to give it a full whack. Just give you an idea of what it looks like face on. I think a lot of my driving practice will probably be on the course with a few par 5s. We have some beautiful par 5s down here at Burford. Also gives you a better idea of how far I'm hitting it on a proper golf course, and the layout of the hole as well, let's say. But anyway, let's have a look. Less talking, more hitting. And again, that's quite a typical shape for the shot. just pitching into the trees halfway up there anyway. Hey guys, there you have it. That is kind of where my swing is at the moment. So haven't been playing a lot, if at all. Been very much working on clubhead speed and pure clubhead speed, just trying to get it up there. It's currently about 128, 129. Still need to go further, still need to stretch, but as I say, wedding, honeymoon, all that is over now. So it means that I can really put all efforts into this and try and get to the swing where I want it to be in terms of distance, but also at the same time, ability to play pro-ams, ability to play with lessons, chip putt, try and shoot better than 78 with any luck. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Catch you guys later.